coming with me to Terminator. Let's drive.
Alright, welcome to the stream. We got a new one today. Let's bring it forward a bit and check it out. Alright. Alright, so this one was a little bit of a struggle, I must say. Finally, I managed to get these panels to work on the sides, the toolboxes, the mod that actually don't work with every different configuration with amount of wheels, or mainly the size of the frame. So if it's too long, it would not work. So the 4.7, what was that, like, I call it 4.7 or 4,700 size is the largest one where you can apply these, or they will not be available. So I managed to figure out how you would put cargo on it, just visually, and crane in 2 or 3 different positions, I think. Maybe just 2, with load or without load. And same with the cargo on the Ekeri trailer. And this is kind of funny because this Ekeri trailer was the one I made for the Arctic Beast, the 34-wheeler. And when I installed the mod, it basically looked like this, just that you had some stuff on the outside that was like hovering, that was not supposed to be there. Because in the end, this is just a box, just a reefer or whatever, you know. But it looks like a log trailer, and that brings me to the next issue of getting the different cargoes. So you can haul whatever, you're not coconut milk or beverages or whatever, it would work, but it's kind of annoying since it's not, I mean, the locations where you load and unload are just not realistic. And it's sad that they did such a great work with modeling this and didn't go all the way with actually applying what sort of cargo you would get, like at least wood related, I would say, even if it's not logs, maybe shavings or like wood shavings or pallets or whatever. And in this case, this is what I did. So I'm gonna be really picky with where I pick up stuff and where I unload stuff if I can help it. So I'm not gonna do anything other than what is wood related, and that's what I will go with. And of course, when I get this unloaded, this is a loaded truck, but when I get this unloaded, the load will not disappear. So that's sad, since it's such a beautiful model. And of course in the front that's RJL SCANIA with a rigid body, and I made a top line out of this one as well with lower what's these, like the wind diffusers or whatever. You get higher ones and lower ones, and I went with the lower ones, so that's matches pretty good. I wasn't able to find the same wheels, rims as for the truck, because I'm very happy with these, but these are smaller and a whole different set of wheels. Actually, I think there is one that's two colored, but it's not white. So in that case, if you wanted to make those like these, you had to go with the chrome ones, and you would get color inside, and then you would get chrome on the outside and not white like this one is. So I rather went with white ones. I think that matched better with the whole truck, and just the hubs when I colored them in the same as a truck, same color. So I think there is nothing else to add to this. I know you shouldn't have these boxes behind because they don't fit with the what's these legs, stabilizer legs for the um, crane, but I thought that it looked good, so I actually put them on. And I mean, it would probably go anyway. If you wanted it, you could just change the leg a bit or whatever, do some modifications to it. Alright, let's get into the truck and let's check out the map. So yeah, the interior is the older one, the first how do you say, not first generation, but when this generation was new, this was the instrumentation and panels, slightly different from the modern one, but you get green lights, and that's what I remember from the first one I drove. That was all green. So, and I forgot why that was. I'm like, I never saw that again. What happened to that? And now I understand it was like an older, like the first batch, you could say, looked like this. Right. And one more thing though, about the frame drops. So these lights that I have got extra lights on the front, these don't drain the frames as the other one does on the Arctic Beast. So I might change them to these later, we'll see. Although I like the other ones better, but still, these look good with the rings and they work better. I got like maybe 5 or 6 more frames per second when I get that 15 to 20 frame loss when I put the low beams on, so that's a good thing. The map, yeah, we are in Finland. That was another issue I had. I just think there are too few forestries, like almost none in the entire of Europe. There's like a few. There should be a lot more, especially in the north. And I kind of hope that Pro Mods are gonna implement those, because it's a really big industry up here. So as for hopefully more roads in Sweden as well. But well, that's kind of frustrating because it's such a big industry here, and it's it's a cool thing, and ATS has a lot of that. So it's whole European truck community and the whole game in itself seems, let's see, I don't want to say retarded, but they are kind of behind. So it's like, I don't know what the difference is between the teams, but it's underdeveloped if you compare it to the ATS, because you got tons of forestry in the US, and it's in the game, and they just put more and more to it, and you have like real trailer mods with functional logs that you actually can load at the spot on the point on these locations, and you know, haul them to sawmills and whatnot. So that just doesn't seem to be in this case. I was looking around and I had found a few, like of course in Finland was the most of them. Then there was longer ones down to Poland and Balkans, a few of them, but that was the only one I could find really. And I was just looking for, you know, cargoes. Where can I pick up these cargoes? And maybe I may be wrong, because I have an Ekeri trailer and it's a full size, and obviously that's just allowed in Scandinavia and Germany and the Balkans. But other than that, the rest of Europe is closed down for these, so that might be an issue. Although I was looking around for regular loads with a regular trailer that's in the game, and that was like really few. Maybe if you have a single trailer, because that was like a B double, but maybe if you have a single trailer you can find it. But I think it's just too little, and up here in the north there's just tons and tons of forest industry. So with no further ado, we are now rolling. So let's go. Honk honk. Okay, slightly different. I removed 2 of the horns. No, actually 4 of the horns that I had on. I usually have on the Arctic Beast. That one has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 horns on the roof, and it's like 4 different, no, 2 different kinds of horns. So it makes a different kind of noise. What's the times? Time seems to be. Hang on. I have a different info display here. Yeah. Alright. Still having the issue with the gearbox. I haven't looked into that one. Just didn't have time for that. That was not a good one. Alright, we can maybe do it like this instead. Take a screenshot or two. Really beautiful truck. With the Indian woman on it. Kind of contradictory to have an Indian woman on a log truck. My thought is that Indians were really part of nature and what Earth have to provide in a different way than the Western world with it's, you know, let's chop it all down and just make things out of it. But, well, still a beautiful truck, beautiful motive. kind of want to have a cool picture with this one on it, but trees are always in the way. Of course, it's a forest truck, so why not? But rocking and rolling, that's what we do. We are rocking and rolling through the forest. That didn't rhyme. Oh, goody. Can I have a really good shot at this, please? Alright, this is gonna be interesting. I see. It's really shallow. Rolling on water. Yes, we do. We are rolling on water. Among few. Yeah, let's take a good screenshot on this one. Just need to find a good angle for it. I mean, this looks kind of good. There's no reflections on the water. I can see my reflection. All right. So, it's really difficult today. Really difficult. I really need to get that fixed. Oh, I'm not really comfortable here.
Continue straight.
Yeah, but from outside it's not the
Continue
oldest
straight.
of this series, so you could say this one is probably rebuilt. Like it's let's see, I don't know what year this started, but and I'm happy to say I also managed to make double Ekeri, not a double Ekeri. It's actually a regular Ekeri Tandem trailer with
Roundabout. Take the
2
second exit.
containers on it, so I can use that one for John Ruda's hook lifter. RJL's hook lifter I have an issue with.
Exit here.
I don't know what happened to it, but every time I apply that configuration, I lose the bumper and the fenders above the headlights. It's just not there. And you can't choose anything. It's always empty. So that's why I can't really use the RJL hook lifter like I wanted to. So we have to use John Ruda's for that.
Turn right.
But it's nice, it's a nice truck, so.
Turn right.
I was not prepared for that. I'm really driving bad today. I don't know why. I don't have the flow. The driving flow. I tried to make a different configuration inside from the Arctic Beast. I would really enjoy to have more different kind of what's that, windscreen protector on the bottom, windshield protector. I mean, you can combine between color
Turn
and
right.
chrome, back and forth. You can do that, but maybe I just do that so it looks different. I don't know.
Turn right.
So our real load, what we have on right now, is 25 tons of empty pallets to northern Norway. So let's go. And that was the closest to wood I could get, like something of wood related cargo. I actually wanted to have painted panels on the sides around the toolboxes, but the skin is messed up, just like when you have a reefer box or whatever you have on the rigid body. It's also all over the place. The texture, it doesn't look good. So you can just use this for trucks like this and maybe hook lifters and such, but you can't use it on the side panels. Or there was actually one I tried out. It had a side skirt and that looked pretty good, but these boxes they don't look good. The developer wrote something about in the description, like, you have to be familiar with the new skinning system. Google that, I can help you with that. And I googled it and didn't find anything specific of the new skinning system. So I think it was a payware, so it was a little bad with info. You just don't care, I guess. So maybe that's the new skinning method is something that I need to apply for it to work properly on his side panels. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, now at least we have 3 different setups. Just like a box setup or reefer setup, you could say. We got a hook lifter setup complete with shorter or larger trailers, doesn't matter. And we have this log truck. And of course we have all the original ones as well. Alright, what is going on here? Oh, shit, cool. This is... I'm very happy with the truck. I love the paint job on it. It's really my style of paint job. That I could, you know, really consider to have it on my own truck if I have one. How this malfunction kind of differs from day to day, or actually during a day can change back and forth. Sometimes it's pretty solid and sometimes it's like this, almost all the time missing gears. I probably gonna change the interior on this one. I mean, it's fine and all, but I like the newer one much way better. It's more elegant. But I need to find a way to make a difference in appearance, so you don't feel that you're driving the same truck all the time, every time you're sitting in it. So I kind of need to find something to do differently. There's only so much colors you can choose from. I think there's like 2, black and tan. That's all there is. Then we have an exclusive among the new ones, and that is black and dark red. And that's it. We'll go with this one for now. I mean, no hurry. I also tried the yellow extra lights, the square ones, yellow, really cool, and they were like the worst when it came to the frames per second loss. Those were even worse than the ones I've got on the Arctic Beast. That's really bad. So I'm never gonna use them, sadly. It's like there's no reason, because you wouldn't have such a bad experience with the game flow. Well, these are fine. These are the best, really. Yeah, they still. So I shut everything off. I get 70 frames per second with no lights on. Putting on the parking lights, I get 47. That's like a big loss already there. So I don't know what's going on with these mods, but really, or the flare mod. I don't know. Maybe it's the flare mod. That one I got with John Ruda's actually. So. Fine. Alright, so actually the Arctic Beast, when I have parking lights on, I am around 50, I would say up to 57 frames per second. Not usually 60. It happens, but it's pretty uncommon. And this one is 47, so this is actually 10 frames worse. But it doesn't get any worse when you put on the low beam. So that's the trade-off and win at the same time, you could say. I might go back to the ones I have on the Arctic Beast, because usually I run on with parking lights on, and that makes it a little better. I think it's these rings around that actually takes performance. I'm so used to having the GPS down on the right. So I'm always looking for it. I'm like, hang on, I don't see anything. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's up there. It takes a while to relearn where to look. The exclusive version of this panel, this older one, is actually pretty cool, but it's kind of exaggerated. The GPS is enormous. It's like a big screen on the right, to the right from these.
Ahead,
So the
turn
black
left.
field is whole that field almost is the GPS. And it also goes like it doesn't even fit, so it would go like maybe a couple of inches
left.
to the right of these panel as well, like sticking out from it, from the edge, over the edge. But that one was a little bit too far-fetched, I'd say. Wow. It really acts like an old worn down OptiCruise gearbox system. It's almost identical. Oh, I don't know, but the first one was not really good. They were slow, really slow. So these 25 tons, you can really feel them. I mean, it's kind of heavy. But this is not going to be a good one because I always going to have to find load from the next point because we have this load on graphically, like it's always there, no matter if you have load on or not. So we would have to find something from the next point. If we don't and move to another location, I mean, sure, it's not a big deal, but it kind of is anyway, because it would be a nice feature if the truck was empty when you drop the load off, period. So it kind of looks like all these third-party developers or mods, they need to go make so many go-arounds, like workarounds, you could say, work around the issue of whatever SCS original game is containing, the codes and whatnot. So, and for whatever reason, like I said before, ATS seems to be more developed and easier to work with for third-party developers. But the models are really top-notch. I love this whole setup, the log truck. It's beautiful. I worked with that too at one point, not for long though. I became a father, I became a dad, so I just started briefly to learn the whole this. It's a lot to learn about being a log truck driver. So I basically I was on the roadside and learned the crane, putting logs on and pulling, putting them back and forth, and rode along with some guy, experienced log truck driver in the woods. So he kind of learned me some tips and tricks that I could relate to as a regular truck driver, you could say. What differs this profession from other truck professions? It's kind of a lot as far as driving techniques in the woods and coming around on really tight spots, and it was very interesting, very
Continue straight.
I loved it, and sadly I didn't continue it. That position was filled, you know, after I was home with my daughter in her early years. Year, you could say. I was home at least, what was it, 6 months, I think? No, that's more like 3 months, I think. But anyway. Maybe it's because I'm double clutching. I need to, because I have this problem since ATS. I keep double clutching almost all the time. Maybe that's kind of confusing the shifter, because you don't have to do it on the Scania. And it kind of like...
Ahead, turn right.
Maybe I'm the fault, you know? No. No, now it just popped out of gear without reason, so that was not the issue, but... For a moment there, I almost thought that I was the issue all the time. Oh man. Jesus. Well, I kind of need to... What? Are you hurt now? Are you hurt? Did I hurt your feelings? Are you gonna be like passive now? Not taking the turn?
No, I don't want to play anymore. It's no fun.
Okay. That didn't work out. Now I am actually exactly like the old Opticruise. It was so exactly, you know, Opticruise could be really messed up at early age, early models, and you could find yourself just like in this case, in the middle of an uphill position where it can't figure out which gear to pick. And finally, when it figures that out, it's too late. It needs to pick a lower gear. So it needs to rethink it again. And you know, after a while you're just standing still. And you need to start from the beginning. That was Opticruise, like an automatic manual transmission. But my gear changing was so similar to the bad Opticruise gear changing. What was that? It felt like a faster phase of interval. Dual, yeah. So this is the fast. Right, so the first one is stop. Second one is... Next one is faster. Cool. So there's actually two modes for the intervals. I really don't pick the right gears today. I'm so out of, I don't know why it's like that. Also seems I have trouble with the words.
Ahead, turn left.
Please don't pop out of gear. It's so freaking
Turn
annoying.
left.
Alright, it's really bad today. Might just be this one, you know, load. I don't know. I need to update this. I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, turn right. Turn right.
Yeah, I should use the retarder. Since the engine brake seems to be connected to the popping out of gear all the time.
Ahead, turn left.
Ugh, Gesundheit. Oh man, it's totally.
Turn left.
I can't really use this. This doesn't work. This doesn't work. What? Hang on. Maybe it's something about this. Hang on. Maybe I have to reduce something here. Let's see if it's actually my hardware that is not functioning well. I don't know which one it is. And it's hard to drive when it pops out of gear constantly. Whenever you try to downshift, you kind of need the engine to work with you, not just braking. Of course, you can do that in the simulator, that's no issue, but in real life you should not do it. Brake's getting too hot and getting worn down really fast. See, I did the exact same movement 3 times. It took it on the third, but alright, so it's settled. After this stream, I'm gonna start ATS and see if it does exactly the same. And if it does, I definitely have to update the software of my steering wheel and shifter, or Logitech software, new drivers and such. But if it doesn't, then I'm actually out of ideas, like what could be causing it. Of course, I could update it anyway, but as I said earlier, I don't have a good experience about updating my stuff because other stuff stopped working with it. So this time I just stepped down like half a gear. It's not even the shifter, it's a button on it on the side. It just popped out, it couldn't take it. So it's kind of messed up. But this could be a test stream for this truck. This one will most likely be back in later streams. Yeah, that happens too. So it kind of, I don't know what it does. It not only just pops out of gear, it pops out of the whole system of between on the range. So while you're in low range, it can pop to high range, or the other way around actually. I get that people want to overtake me now because This drive is terrible. It's terrible. Stream as well. It's like not at all as I wanted it to be. Like whatever. Whoa! Jesus, that was on me. So yeah, this is a good example of just having load on your trailer, not on your truck. It was my fault. I was not prepared and I was not careful and I was not cautious. But I need to point out that, yeah, there are no such thing as rigid body trucks in this simulator, so it would not have done it if I actually had load on my truck in like simulated load. But since it's empty, this happened. That was a good example of what I've been talking about earlier. What could happen when you just have full amount of, oh man, full amount of cargo on your trailer and nothing on the truck or a tractor. Just won't take gears. I don't know. It's really stressful for me. Malfunctions like this, just, it's no fun. No fun at all. So what I did wrong was apply too much retarder. When I did, also the engine brake kicked in, and everything on the back axle, like the rear axles, and they just lost all grip, and we were on our way drifting through the curve, and the trailer pushing the rear end of the truck out on this other side of the road and back and forth. I so much hope they will implement real loads on the rigid body trucks, and also starting to implement those models into the game like original ones, like a base system. I don't know if it's possible. I'm thinking maybe it's not, because this game has been around for so long, and as I see it, nothing has been done in that cause. So I guess some other game developer needs to come up with something, or a really crazy good mod maker, like more competent than any any guy on SCS or any employee on SCS. I'm gonna rearrange your codes here totally, like there, now you have a truck simulator. Before you just had a truck game, an arcade. Right. Maybe should be a little more careful. But this is the point where I actually lost interest for the game, when I just can't use my gear shifter properly. I need to fix that. I need to find the reason for why it doesn't work like it should. And actually, in real life, it would be ridiculous to make a truck like this low over the ground when it's supposed to go in the forest roads, and you don't want it to be low, not this low, with low panels and bars on the front. I mean, I could raise the suspension, but not very much, really. See, it popped out again. Freaking BS truck or shifter or whatever. I don't know where the fault is. So today's stream is not going to be much more than an hour. I need to fix this issue with the gear shifter. Really need to fix it. I mean, if it happens once in a while, fine, but now like this is not even remotely fun. See what it does? It's just so freaking messed up. So messed up. I can't see anything. I thought it was something coming there from the right, and there was. But I'm like halfway into the intersection. Not really, but the game thinks I am, so. So where's that? It doesn't show on the panel if I lift axles on the trailer. Well, I mean, it shows, but it shows all the time. It's that one on the left, I think. No, maybe it's just a button. Yeah, it's but just a button. Hang on, I'm gonna try again. There's nothing. Oh, they're up on the right. There it is, the yellow one. All right, good. I didn't see that because of the steering wheel. Stop doing this. Shoot. How long is it? Hang on. We are there in 2 minutes, so we are actually almost there. Good, because I need to figure this out. It's no fun doing this. Gonna come back with better news, I hope. But I don't think I'm gonna drive this truck that much, really, because the lack of forestries and such. It's just in the wrong environment to be picking up loads and delivered, and this is like you would not get close to a position like this, to a place like this. That's not relevant at all. It's like the guys is totally lost. He's very tired and he's lost because this is not where he's supposed to be. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys the truck, and I got to, so that's a big plus. I guess not. All right. No problemo. I will fix this. It even pops out a gear in reverse. Like, that's crazy. Oh, that's good. If it's accepted, it's accepted. There we go. Alright, so gonna check if I can fix this gear shifter issue, and we'll be back in later streams. Alright, have a good one. Bye bye.